Afternoon, Wednesday, August 19, 2026. Education Minister wants every high school student to graduate with a skills certification.
They need to leave high school with skills certification, not just CSEC or their city and guilds.
JTA head questions government's digital transformation plans when several schools lack essential resources. Some parents digging deeper into their pockets for school supplies this year. Minister of National Security says Jamaica's participation in the America's Counter-Cartel Coalition will help keep the country safe. In regional news and
trade. If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morse-Dixon says the technical and vocational education and training TVET has to feature more prominently in traditional high schools. This as she points to a shortage of skilled labor in Jamaica and around the world.
TVET is absolutely critical. With all the changes happening globally, TVET is the area that is going to take the world forward. That's where we're going to have jobs. And that's where I need your help with telling parents that your child wanting to be a plumber is a good thing. It is a good decision. I want you to be able to tell your parents that if your child wants to do construction, that's great. There's a shortage of construction workers globally, plumbers globally, electricians globally, skills generally. There's a dearth of those individuals. TVET has to be more centrally integrated, even in traditional high schools.
Minister Morse-Dixon was speaking Wednesday, day 3 of the Jamaica Teachers Association's 62nd annual conference being held at Ocean Coral Spring in Trelawney. She says every student ought to leave high school with skills certification. It's a goal the minister says her team is committed to achieving.
I want to work on our children not just talking about their CSECs that they've left with, or their city and guilds, but also their skills certification. They need to leave high school with skills certification. Now that's a fundamental change in the system, but it's something that I'm committed to working with, and I hear the president is also interested in that area. So that is something I'll be coming back to the JTA on to help me in championing that change in our system, because it's important that we have more skill certification in our high schools.
And Dr. Dana Morse-Dixon, Education Minister. Minister Morse-Dixon says the ministry also intends in the coming year to work on revamping collaboration between the Heart NSTA Trust and high schools. The Education Minister says while Heart needs to do more in schools, the move will require legislative changes. Currently, Heart can only legally engage people 17 years and older. Newly installed President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, LaSonia Harrison, is questioning the government's plans for digital transformation when several schools lack essential resources. She raised the concern in her address at the annual conference on Monday.
Why this push for digital transformation when basic resources are not afforded to all schools, all in the name of being left behind? Because of the absence of basic resources in many of our schools, Minister, this is not a current minister thing. It is not a your stewardship thing. Many of our citizens, our children, have been left behind.
Harrison, who is principal of St. Faith's Primary School in St. Catherine, is serving as head of the association for 2026 to 2027. She previously served in the role from 2022 to 2023. She told the conference that more needs to be done to bridge the gap between high and low-performing secondary schools.
Your chances of being left behind in Jamaica increases significantly if you are not awarded a prize place in one of those certain schools. When will we acquire the courage to really tangibly reduce the gulf between the schools that produce the haves versus the have-nots? The system will not be disrupted until those with the power to effect change their minds and heart positions.
Lasonia Harrison, JTA president. Meanwhile, Harrison is raising concern about the state of schools in the western part of the island that were damaged by Hurricane Melissa. She asked whether any of the Hurricane Melissa relief funds were channeled to schools.
Some schools have other compounded problems, like the schools in the West. The state of our schools in the West is unacceptable for my child, your child, and all our generation of relatives, children who attend those schools. Question: how much of the 1.4 billion received from the hurricane relief monies have been channeled to education to help restore our schools?
Last week, Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon expressed a disappointment at the slow pace of rebuilding work at some schools damaged by Melissa. Harrison contends that the state in which teachers and students are left to operate is untenable.
If 60 schools have eaten away 31% of the 18 billion, will the remaining 69% be adequate to repair the some 530 plus schools left? Something must be done, as those heat furnaces called tents are untenable. To subject any animal to those shelters is considered animal cruelty. How much more our nation's future, our precious children, and those who serve them, our nation's teacher, that could be considered criminal.
Lasonia Harrison, president of the Jamaica Teachers Association. For school supplies this year, ahead of the start of the 2026-2027 academic year, Nationwide News sojourned into downtown Kingston to gauge how parents are managing with the cost of shopping for September morning. Kalisa Wright has our story.
It's mid-morning on a Wednesday in the heart of the downtown shopping district. That means most businesses are set to close at midday. Vendors and shoppers are out, but the stores and sidewalks are not congested. We visit bookstores, clothing stores, and vending stalls. Nearly everyone with whom we speak report a noticeable increase in prices for school items, especially uniforms and books. Grandma of two, Carlene Morris, notes the increase in car keys in particular.
Well, so far I've been checking, back to school is really expensive. The car key are very costly, but the back to school is coming on fine. Not busy as yet, but it's going, but very expensive.
Single parent Colleen Tyrrell says the expenses are far beyond what her earnings as a sanitation worker can afford. She, however, acknowledges the assistance she receives through the government's PATH program.
I have two children, one in grade 7, just starting high school, and the other one is going in grade 10. And for me, back to school is a bit slow, but I'm getting assistance from PATH. And it was recommended by the school, my janitor. It's been sufficient. I'm not managing very well, but I thank God for the help that I'm getting from PATH. Textbook and other school supplies. Growing up, very challenging. I have to choose between school things and food and